everybody! So I'm here to change Haley out of her Halloween costume. And I'm going to be putting her into a Guess How Much I Love You outfit. Because I don't think I've put this on any of the babies yet. So I thought I would try it on. And as I change her, I want to talk about a subject that I can't quite remember if it was a tag at one point or if it's just something that I thought about when I was talking with Yvonne one day, or if it was something I just thought about. I can't quite remember. But the topic is, what if there were no reborns? The atrocity. Can you imagine? Can you imagine not having reborns? I know I can't. But I really thought about it, and, you know, basically it was like, just trying to think, like, what would I be doing if I didn't have reborns? Like, what would my life look like if I didn't have reborns in my life? And at first I thought, well, I would probably have some other hobby like my scrapbooking and card making, and I'd probably do a lot more of that because the dolls do take a lot of my time over my other hobbies, and I'm just more interested in them than my other hobbies. I love my other hobbies like crafting and stuff, but the mood has to really hit me to want to do crafting. Whereas with the babies, I'm pretty much always in the mood unless I feel sick, like really sick and really fatigued, and I kind of then don't really think about doing anything with them. But I can't imagine my life without them. For one thing, without reborns, there are so many wonderful friends that I have made in this community. And if it wasn't for, like, if I didn't have the reborns, I would have never met them. I would never have met them. They would never be a part of my life. And that is really sad to think about, because I have met some amazing people in this hobby, and I love them dearly. And to me, that is the number one benefit that has come out of this hobby, is the friends that I have made. These friendships that I know are going to last a lifetime. I just can't imagine my life without these people. And if I never had been in the reborn hobby, I would have never met them. I would have never had the chance to travel like I have in the last few years to the doll shows. I know I wouldn't have done that. You know, I used to be terrified of flying. And so for me, the first time that I flew by myself was to go to the Minnesota Neonates and Baby Think It Over Club meetup. And I was so scared and so nervous, but I conquered that fear and I flew by myself. And I don't know that I would have done that if it wasn't for my dolly friends. That is what got me out there. And once I experienced that, it was like liberating. I was like, oh, I actually did it, and it wasn't that bad. And the more I've done it, the more fun it gets for me. And I'm just like, this is amazing. I don't think I would have done that if it wasn't for this hobby. If it wasn't for this hobby, I probably wouldn't be making videos, and I wouldn't have tapped into that creative side of me, and I wouldn't have been making extra money. There's so many things that this hobby has brought to my life, and another main one is I feel like I probably would not have made it through all of the health struggles I've had without these babies. I honestly, I feel like my strength has come from having these babies, because they help me de-stress and they help me relax and they help take my mind off of when things are going crappy. Just holding one of them or getting together with Paula with our babies, it's just like every worry goes out the window and I feel so good and happy. I mean, there is just so much benefits to having these babies in my life. Like, I just can't even begin to imagine not having them. But with that said, if there was never anything such as Reborn dolls, if these dolls never existed, I do believe I would still, well, I don't know. I was going to say that I would still probably be into some sort of dolls. Maybe American Girl, or maybe, like I said, my neonate doll. Most likely my neonate doll. Or Real Care doll. I probably would have at least had them. So I think at least I would probably still have those types of dolls. But again, it was actually the Real Care dolls that introduced me to Nicole. And then it was when I went and visited Nicole after I got married that I was introduced to American Girl dolls. I had no knowledge of American Girl dolls until we were at the Mall of America and there happened to be an American Girl doll store there. And I went nuts. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. Where has this been all my life? So, I mean, I guess even if I didn't have Reborns, I probably still would have been able to stumble upon American Girl because of the Real Care and me connecting with Nicole. Or even if that hadn't have happened, I probably would have seen American Girl once it came here. Like now it's here in Canada in some of our bookstores. So I probably would have at some point been introduced to it like that. Would I have still started to collect American Girl? I don't know if I would have. I think getting into the Reborns and meeting people that enjoy playing with their dolls and they don't care what people think about it and they take them out in public, that helped open me up to wanting to expand my doll collection and not care what people think. And, you know, like a lot of people look at American Girl dolls and say, well, they're just play dolls. They're for kids. You shouldn't be collecting them or playing with them. And to that I say bull. To me, dolls are dolls. I just love dolls in general. And I love the American Girl dolls just as much as I love Reborns. Although I probably do love Reborns more because they're more realistic. But I still absolutely go crazy over American Girl stuff. Like, if I won the lottery and you let me loose in an American Girl store, oh, the damage I would do, let me tell you. But, yeah, I love dolls, and I think somehow, some way, even if there weren't Reborns, I would probably somehow, some way have dolls in my life at some point. And like I said, if not, I guess I would probably be more into my crafting and doing that more frequently. And that would probably be my stress relief and creative outlet. But I don't think I would get the same benefits as I do from my dolls. I just don't. Not just emotionally and physically, but like I said, the connections and the friendships that I've made, just, they wouldn't exist if Reborns didn't exist. So you know. I wouldn't be on my way to Arizona in a week to see such a wonderful friend, Yvonne. I mean, I would have never met her if it wasn't for these dolls. So I am so thankful to whoever it was that decided to create the first Reborn doll and start this hobby, because I cannot begin to imagine my life without them. I'd probably have a lot more money. I'd probably have a lot more money without them. But they're, you know, money isn't everything. It really isn't. Happiness, you know, friendships, family, God, you know, those are the important things. Money is just, you know. So, you know, even though if I didn't have these dolls, I'd probably have more money in my life, I'd probably be spending it all at Michael's craft stores anyway. I'd be buying something with it. Music, movies, craft supplies, I don't know, books. Probably not spending near as much as I would on Reborns, obviously, but all the benefits I get from them in my life and the ways that they enrich my life is worth every cent that I've spent on them, in my opinion. So, yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if this was a tag at some point or if this was just something that popped in my head. But if you want to go ahead and turn it into a tag and make your own video about what you think your life would look like if Reborns didn't exist, I'd love to hear your answers, or comment below or whatever. But here's Miss Haley, and she looks adorable in this outfit. I just love these Guess How Much I Love You sets. This one says, I love you this much. And it has little polka dots. And the pants are cute too. Like, they have little bunnies and they have these little knee patches, though it's a little big so they don't sit on the knee. And they're footed. And it does have a matching bib that says, Guess How Much I Love You. But I kind of don't want to cover up her shirt. So I think I'm going to leave the bib off. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye! I haven't made a video with Chloe in a long time, and I usually don't because I don't tend to handle her very much because I want to keep her in as good a condition as I can, since she's the first Reborn I made, and I just want to keep her in the same shape she was when I made her as best as I can. But I'm going to take her out of her Halloween costume, and I'm going to try